This guy right here earns around millions of dollars from YouTube Shorts alone. Yes, Mr. Zack in 2024 alone has earned almost this much money from 14 billion views. And that's this much in numbers. When I copied this number from the Chrome, they asked me if I want to add it to my contact. I've also had few comments in my previous Zack film video saying that the revenue can be more or less. But to be frank, I've also tried YouTube Shorts and have seen RPMs and CPMs like this in my channel. So I can verify that these videos indeed makes a ton of money. And it can also be much more because we are not considering channel memberships, super chats and other affiliated services. So in this video, we are going to make a Zack film from scratch. The animated explanation niche has next to zero competition, so it's really worth your time and effort. Now more about the channel. So Zack Films has a unique way of making 3D animations, and you might have seen his works on many other social media platforms. So in this video, we are trying to break down how a Zack film video is made. If we analyze his videos, we can see a wide variety of 3D cartoonish clips which are professionally produced and explained by Zack himself. And by the looks of his works, I'm assuming that these videos are made inside of Blender. But even if he's using a different software like 3ds Max or Houdini, Blender can pretty much do everything in the 3D world. And also, Blender is free. So let's start with the breakdown. Over here, I'm taking one of his recent videos called Shooting Through a Solid Bar of Gold. And this video has only 2 scenes. Scene number 1, the continuous shot in which a bullet is being fired towards the golden bar. And scene number 2 is when the people tries to bend the golden bar. The entire video is so minimal and flows so smoothly. And there is just one hard cut and the rest is all done with this smooth camera movement. The 3D elements within the scenes are: number 1, the guy who shoots the firearm. Number 2, the bullet which is traveling towards the golden bar. Number 3, the stand on which the golden bar is kept. Number 4, the animated characters, and we can also include the blue grid background as number 5. So let's get into modeling. For that, let's start from the easiest one, which is to set the blue background. And in order to create a background like this, we can refer to a video from YouTube itself. Keep in mind that we are not going to do an in-depth tutorial on how to make every single element, because if we did that, this video tutorial would be 3 to 4 hours long. So in order to make a background like this, first of all, we have to make a cube. Then we have to bevel its edges to have this smooth, rounded feel. I'm referring to this video by Vincent 3D. You can learn a lot about beveling the edges of the cube by watching this small video. It's a 37-second video, so do check that out. So in this video, Mr. Vincent is going towards the edit mode inside of Blender 3D, and he clicks on the cube, select all its faces and bevels them in style. Do keep in mind to bevel all 8 corners. Now we have to turn our cube into a hollow one, because the 3D scene is gonna happen inside our cube. So all the camera movements and characters are gonna be locked up inside our bevel cube. So right here, the cube acts more like a movie set or more like a fish tank. After that, we have to find a blue grid background, and this blue grid background is gonna be our walls. So we can make our cube's walls into this blue grid by assigning the walls materials as the blue grid which we just downloaded. So there is this pro guy called as Kai who perfectly teaches us how to assign materials to our cube. The links will be there in the description, and if you want to learn much more about texturing and UV wrapping, do check out the extended 22-minute video from the channel called 3D not 2D, which will also be there in the description. I told you right, if we have to build everything from scratch, we have to make a 3 to 4 hour tutorial. So I'm doing my part of research to help the next Zack film to make his or her awesome 3D animation video. If you follow all these steps, you can make similar or even better animations than this guy. Also, I yap a lot while I do this explanation videos. I'm really sorry about that. Now back to the video. So far, we have made our blue grid background. Let's check that off. Now the next most easiest asset would be to make our 3D objects such as our bullet, the firearm, the golden bar, as well as our metal stand. The bullet can be easily made by watching this 3-minute video. But if you are lazy, just download the assets from some free 3D websites such as Sketchwab or CG Trader. And yes, you guessed it right, we have a link for the bullet 3D file as well. Now the same goes for the gun as well. Here's the tutorial from Tech Circle, and here is the link. The next element, which is a stand, can either be modeled from scratch by using a reference image from the shorts video, or you can watch this video to make your own pillar-like structure. But I would recommend downloading these assets from Sketchwab. You can also watch this video to make the top portion in which the golden bar is standing. Now let's move on to our shiny golden bar. the golem bar can also be downloaded or made. Now we should add those animated characters to the scene. And to be frank, animating the characters and the camera movement are going to be a bit more time consuming, so have patience with this process. And I'm not talking about creating these characters from scratch, I'm talking about the natural movements these characters will make within the scene. And this alone is gonna humble us down to earth. Also, we can't cheat or skip this part because this is the core area of our shorts video. And for the models, I've found a guy who looks like a GTA 5 character, as well as I've found this decent looking girl. But there are lots of assets in the Sketchfab as well as this 3D websites library, so do search them out. One other thing to pay attention to is to download assets which are rigged. So rigging is basically the way in which we add control points to our 3D characters so that we can move these points and make our characters do things within our 3D scene. So a perfectly rigged character is so easy to control and animate. Check out this website to get some free rigged characters. Or you can do it by yourself by watching this video. And in my opinion, it's good to learn these rigging and animation skills because if you are making multiple shots on different topics, these skills will come in handy. And finally, animating our characters. We have tons of videos related to animating 3D characters, but for our particular 3D Zack film kind of look, we just have to watch these videos in the description and you will be good to go. Now finally, camera animation. This amazing video from Polyford will teach you a lot about 3D camera movements inside of Blender. But also watch this MK graphics tutorial to know more about the basics. So keep in mind that the first tutorial will be like a beginner camera movement tutorial and the video from Polyford will be a pro tutorial. Then few extra elements we should animate is this bending which happens to the gold bar when the bullet hits its surface, as well as this sliced view which further shows us what's happening inside our gold bar when the bullet enters inside. So in order to make our object bend towards a bullet physics, watch this video by Marcom3D. I hope it really helps because I couldn't find anything perfectly related to our gold bar bending topic. Now for slicing our gold bar, follow this tutorial. After doing all the camera movements and animating the characters, we will have our final render ready. In order to export the videos vertically to our shorts format, watch this tutorial as well. Now just export the render, take it to your favorite video editing software and add those fancy subtitles and sound effects. You can also use an AI upscaler tool like Topaz to upscale your video and make the video look a little bit more better. And after all of this hard work, you will finally be able to make a video just like Zack film. And if you consistently upload with a good engaging topic under a big niche, you will most definitely stand out and be able to go viral pretty easily. But again guys, it's not about one video and betting all your luck on it, it's about consistently posting. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, don't forget to support the channel. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye and take care.